Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well as can be expected. Sorry for the brightness. See if I can. I don't think I can fix that. Oh man, sorry. Uh, hold on. I think that's better. So I was talking to Jeremy Yahoo Wheat. He's my best friend, and we talked for a little over 2 hours about Creation Week and about the Sabbath, whether it should be kept by the lunar calendar or by the man made calendar. Was time ever interrupted? And it might be that, yes, time might have been interrupted on Creation Day, and then uh, Creation Day was a not Creation Day, Creation Week was a week and a month in that has never been repeated. So it was a a different it was a different time, and there has been no other month or week like that one from creation. Therefore, uh, that didn't help either, did it? I can't get that brightness to go away, and I have the blind system. Best as I can. But so in the beginning, the Creator created the heavens and the earth, and that's not day one. So when God created the heavens and the earth, whenever that was, we have no idea. We just know that it was the beginning. But was that the beginning of what? That was the beginning, not of timekeeping, but that was the beginning of His creating. When He created the heavens and the earth, it was the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, in His beginning of creating the heavens and the earth. And so on the first day, he said, "Let there be light," and the light would separate the darkness. And he called and and he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So if day one is the separation of day, if day one is when he created light and he calls it day, our understanding of day is when the sun is out, and our understanding of darkness or night is when the sun is not seen and it's dark outside. So, did he create the sun and the moon on day one? And then on day four, where it actually says, and he created the sun and the moon and the stars to be signs to let us know times and Sabbaths and feast days and what have you. So could it be that on day four, it's not the original time that the moon and the sun were actually created, but that they were created on day one? But then they're finally being represented on day four of creation week. Could it be that uh, day one and day two and day three of creation week are not part of the first month, since a month begins on a new moon. We don't know if the moon that he created on day one and the sun that he created on day one, if they are the same, like they appear in the sky now. Uh, we can only assume, because we don't have concrete evidence, that he created the moon full, and that the moon was full on day one, and on day four, then when he says that he actually created it, is actually when he's finally uh, letting us know that he had created it, but it's just not phrased that way. Because if a month, so moon, the Hebrew word is kodesh, I believe. So kodesh means moon, but it also means month. And so a month, the way that we know and the way that time has showed us, a month is begins with a new moon. So if the new moon on creation week originally appeared on day four, then day four is the first day of a month, of the first month. So day four would be day one, and day two would be the day four would be day one, and then the next day would be and then day five would be day two, and then day six would be day three, and then the Sabbath would be day four. And it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So something must have happened. So there has never been another week or another month like the first one that was created. After that time, and it's all speculation because we really don't have concrete evidence. So the following month, we the people that were on the earth saw the slither of the moon. So that let them know that a new month was beginning. And so then they would count 7 days from that day, supposedly 7 or 8 days, and then it would be the first Sabbath. Because supposedly, I think uh, New Moon Day is the beginning of the month, but it's not the beginning of the week. So that's still kind of hard to understand. So how can New Moon Day not, which is part of the month, not have not be represented by a day, even though it is a day, but it's not numbered as day one. No, the following day is day one, according to the lunar calendar. And before a paper calendar was ever written down or created, that's how Adam and Eve and the first people for thousands of years kept time. I'm assuming, and I think that I'm probably right. They didn't have a calendar with numbers. The the sun and the moon and the stars would indicate to Adam and Eve and to those people when a certain day was and when a certain time was and when the Sabbath was. So yeah, they were using a lunar calendar back then, since there wasn't a paper one. But then when the paper or the written calendar was written, was it written in correlation exactly to the lunar calendar? Were the Babylonian, Egyptian, well, I'm not even going to talk about those, but were the Roman calendars in correlation to the original calendar that the creator created? And history shows us that it was, but history has lied to us many, many times. So that too is blind faith. So so I just saw a lengthy video last night that was showing me that the original calendar of the creator, the timekeeping, uh, has never been interrupted except for that first month. Uh, and then after that, it hasn't been interrupted after that, supposedly. So the so supposedly the Roman calendars that we have been using, the Greek and Roman calendars, somehow kept in correlation uh, the original calendar of God. So they're saying that time has never been interrupted, has never been lost. But just because they are saying that does not make it true. But it also does not make it false. We have to take it on blind faith because men like to lie. They have their agenda to lie for their own agendas, for their power, uh, and what have you. So, is it possible that history that is telling us that the original calendar is in line with the Julian and the Gregorian calendar that we use now? Can it be accurate? Maybe. Can it not be accurate? Maybe. We don't know because, like I say, men lie, people lie uh, for their agendas. So if if the moon was on the fourth day of the month, I mean, if the moon was created on the fourth day, then it should appear every day. I mean, every month on the fourth day of that month, and that would begin the month. But that's not logical. So it's more logical that the moon was created on day one, when he said, "Let us separate the darkness from the light." So when is the Sabbath? Uh, is it Saturday? If history shows us that it's correct, is the Saturday still in correlation, in line with the original from the information that is out there in history? I don't know. That's what they say, but I don't know. I have to take it upon faith. Or is it the other way around? Can we use the moon to determine when certain days are? The scriptures do tell us that that the moon is used for celebrations of feast days, the days of tabernacles, the Passover, the days of trumpet, and so on. So so on such and such month, on the new moon, you will blow the trumpets, and it'll be a solemn feast day. So some of the feast days begin on new moons, and some of them begin on full moons. So according to what I have found in scripture. So I've been going back and forth. The creator has been playing with me and confusing me, and then not confusing me. And so I was born Catholic or raised Catholic, and so Sunday was for me for a long time until I was 16 or 17, and then I started to question what the priests were saying, and then I found out about Saturday and the Sabbath, and then I started keeping Saturday as the Sabbath, and I did that for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. And then I found out about the lunar Sabbath, and God convinced me that the lunar Sabbath was right. And now I saw this other video last night, and now God's convincing me that the lunar Sabbath may not be it, that it's back to Saturday. But then I'm not completely convinced that Saturday is the Sabbath, and I think I'm more convinced still that the Sabbath is kept through the lunar calendar. Uh, but it's kind of funny and strange, and I find no explanation why Moon Day would not have a day or a number to it. So Moon Day, which begins the month, is not even numbered. And so we still have 6 days of work. We have 6 days of work on the first week, and throughout the month, it's 6 days of work, and then the Sabbath day. So even though in the lunar calendar they count 8 days, but they shouldn't be counting Moon Day because Moon Day is not a day of. It's not a day. Well, it's a day of the month, but it's not a numbered day of the month. It's day zero and then day one. And clearly, God told us that 6 days we will work, and then on the seventh we will rest. So He creates 6 days. No, He created the moon, and then He created 6 days, and then the seventh day. So when is the Sabbath? Saturday or by the lunar? Has time been interrupted? Uh, can we really trust history that it is telling us the truth? And with that, I think I will end this video. I hope I made sense. So believe less and think more. May the Creator, Yahweh Almighty, inspire us and bless us with His set apart spirit so that we can understand the truth and figure this out. Shalom.